We have done with fair competition. Let's move to imperfect competition. It consists of monopoly, monopolistic competition, and oligopoly. Firstly, we will start with monopoly. The characteristics of a monopoly: single firm, unique product, high barriers to entry, and significant market power. The example is public utilities. So in a monopoly, the firm set the price as it wants. Therefore, the price is more than the profit maximization rule. As you remember, marginal revenue equals marginal costs. Here in the graph, we see the typical monopoly graph, where demand is downward sloping and marginal revenue is half of the demand. You can ask me, okay, how can we find the monopolist price and quantity? To answer this, as we already mentioned, you have to find the point of intersection of what? Yes, marginal revenue and marginal cost. Then we should go up till the demand curve and then turn left. You will get the monopoly price and monopoly quantity. The reason is that a monopoly set the price higher than the profit maximization rule. There are two periods as for perfect competition during which a monopolist is able to operate: short run and long run. In the short run, a monopolist earns abnormal profit, profit more than zero, and loss, profit less than zero. As you can see, there is an abnormal profit graph in the short run. First of all, we have to find the monopolist price and quantity. Then going from this price, we move down till the minimum point of average costs, and then going left, we see that the whole green area is the profit for the firm. On the next graph, there is a loss in the short run. Using the same logic and the same technique, we have to find the monopolist price and quantity. Then going from this price, we move up till the minimum point of average costs, and then going left, we see that the whole red area is the loss for the firm. However, in the long run, the situation changes. A monopolist faces the normal profit, where profit equals zero and price equals average costs. But what do you think? Under a monopoly market, are there any consumer, producer surpluses, and probably deadweight loss? Of course, it would be. So here on the graph, we can see that the upper triangle is consumer surplus, the lower part is producer surplus, and the right side triangle is deadweight loss. What do you think? There is a deadweight loss in a monopoly. Why? The answer is that a monopolist sets the price which is not allocatively effective, but effective for the firm. What do you think? What is the allocative efficient point then? The point is where marginal costs intersect with the demand curve. How do we call the company that can produce at a lower average total cost for the entire market? We can call it as a natural monopoly. As you can see on the graph, a natural monopoly faces an economies of scale, where long-run average costs are adjusted. Next on is monopolistic competition. The characteristics of monopolistic competition: large number of firms, differentiated product, no barriers, some market power. The example is restaurants. You can imagine that there is one firm that's a leader on the market and others are followers. This leader has the biggest market share. The graphs are the same as for monopolies, but with one difference. Demand becomes more elastic than in monopoly due to the fact that consumers can buy substitutes. Here are the graphs of monopolistic competition, of abnormal profit and loss in the short run. As we can see, firstly we have to find the point of intersection between marginal costs and marginal revenue. As you remember, this is the profit maximization rule. Then we're going up till the demand curve and turn left. After all, from this point we are going down till the minimum point of average costs and turn left. This green rectangle is an abnormal profit. As for loss, the technique is the same. We have to find the point of intersection between marginal costs and marginal revenue. Then we're going up till the demand curve and turn left. After all, from this point we are going up till the minimum point of average cost and turn left. This red rectangle is a loss. In the long run, there is a normal profit which equals 0. In order to find everything, we do all the same. We have to find the point of intersection between marginal costs and marginal revenue. Then we see that there is no profit and we will leave the graph. Moreover, a monopolist can set different prices depending on the different consumers. We call it as a price discrimination. There are 3 degrees: first, second, and third. Third degree price discrimination explains that the consumers pays the price that he or she is prepared to pay. The examples are the bazaar or the market. Second degree price discrimination tells us that the monopolies set different prices depending on the quantity purchased. The examples are text messages and phone calls. Third degree price discriminations reveals that a monopolist sets different prices to different people like students, children, and adults. The examples are a cinema or a museum. The last market structure under imperfect competition is oligopoly. The characteristics of oligopoly: few firms, differentiated or undifferentiated products, hard barriers, and some market power. An oligopoly can be non-collusive and have collusion and behave as a monopolist. Non-collusive oligopoly is an oligopolistic market where firms act independently. When an oligopoly acts as a monopolist, it forms a cartel, which is a collusive oligopoly. Here's the graph of the collusive oligopoly, which makes an abnormal profit. As you can see, it is the identical graph of a monopolist, where we have to find the point of intersection between marginal costs and marginal revenue. Then we are going up till the demand curve and turn left. After all, from this point we are going down till the minimum point of average costs and turn left. This green rectangle is an abnormal profit. If we take into account the case of a non-collusive oligopoly, it will be the kinked demand curve graph. Here you can see demand above point A, elastic demand, where firm 1 raises the price and firm 2 does not. And the result is that firm 1 loses its consumers, which went to another firm. Demand below point A can be inelastic demand. Firm 1 decreases the price, firm 2 does the same. And the result is that firm 1 and firm 2 do not lose their consumers. What do the firms have to do? Firms will not change the price because they can lose profit. Also, we have to discuss that the concentration ratio measures market concentration, like oligopoly, if the largest firms control over 40%. An example of concentration ratio equals 75% means that the largest firms or a firm produce 75% of the industry output. A typical oligopoly has 2 implications: interdependence and conflicting incentives. Interdependence is the action of one firm depends on others' actions. Conflicting incentive action of one firm depends on another's actions. In order to illustrate it, there's a game theory which displays the strategic behavior of 2 firms. Here's the payoff matrix of 2 firms which have 2 options to decrease and increase the prices. Payoff matrix is a possible combinations of pricing strategies and their profit outcomes. We have to find the dominant strategy for each of the firms. A dominant strategy is a strategy that gives a better payoff than any other strategy a player can choose. Let's find out. Okay, if firm 1 chooses a high price, then firm 2 chooses a low price, because 80 million is even more than 60 million. If firm 1 chooses a low price, then firm 2 chooses a low price, because 30 million is more than 10 million. Therefore, we have a dominant strategy for firm 2, low price. So, whenever firm 1 chooses, firm 2 will make a low price. If firm 2 chooses a high price, then firm 1 chooses a low price, because 80 million is more than 60 million. If firm 2 chooses a low price, then firm 2 chooses a low price, because 30 million is more than 10 million. Therefore, we have a dominant strategy for firm 1, low price, so whenever firm 2 chooses, firm 1 will make a low price. We have a point where two dominant strategies intersect. It is a payoff 30 and 30, and it is called Nash equilibrium. Nash equilibrium is an outcome where no one wants to deviate from these strategies. This is the end of chapter 7, Market Power. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and stay tuned. Bye bye.